and gentlemen, I'm highly pleased and honored to welcome President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, Grand Commander of the Federal Republic, ably represented by his Vice President, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osibajo, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and the Grand Commander of the Order of Niger. My fellow colleagues, the Ministers of Defense from Community Sahel-Saharan African States, censored, experts, and other invited noble guests to the 7th Community of Sahel-Saharan States of Defense Ministers meeting, which we are privileged to hold in Abuja, our nation's capital, Nigeria. Established 2 decades ago, the Community of Sahel-Saharan States, codenamed SANSAD, is one of the 8 regional economic communities recognized by the African Union as a pillar of integration, as well as economic, social, sustainable development in Africa. The SANSAD community has an observer status at the United Nations General Assembly and has entered into cooperation and agreement with numerous regional and international organizations with the purpose of consolidating collective work in political, cultural, and economic and social fields. Similarly, the other regional economic communities, the Community of Sahel-Saharan States' primary objectives were essentially social and economic in nature. Hence, the body's core mandate, as initiated in its revised treaty, which was established of a comprehensive economic union based on strategy implemented according with the developmental plan which integrates national development plans of member states. These plans include investment in agriculture, industrial, social, cultural, and energy fields. Accordingly, the body sought to eliminate obstacles to integrate the facilitating of free movement of individuals from capitals, freedom of residence and work, ownership, and the socio-economic activity across the member states, freedom of movement of national goods, services, and the encouragement of foreign trade, among others. Notwithstanding, this initial focus, due to the geographical location of our nations, of the Community of Sahel-Saharan States contiguous to the Western Europe, the Sahel-Saharan space is constantly being subjected to strong migratory turbulences. Additionally, it has become the place of most intra-African conflicts and sanctuary of the continental jihadist movement, making it the most endemic region in Africa for violence and instability. Thus, peace, security, and stability has become topical issues within the SANSAD community. Furthermore, the proliferation of internal security threats within the member states and the increasing nature of the transnational crime activities across the community of SANSAD states necessitated the dynamic expansion of the mandate to cover the integration of both physical and human security threats. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is common knowledge that the security climate in the Sahel-Saharan state is characterized by several internal threats and a lineage of organized cross-border crimes that challenges internal security and stability of the states of the region generally. Among these organized border crimes, the one that is great concern to the Community of Saharan States is the recent spread of violent extremism, proliferation of terrorist organizations in the region, and the accompanying incidents of terrorism like Boko Haram terrorists and ISIS, among others. Consequently, the community of censored delegates and the defense ministers recently adopted Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt declaration in 2016 so as to reinforce cooperation among the member states in fight against insurgency and terrorism. This resolve was followed by definite kinetic steps articulated in Cocody Declaration at Ivory Coast, which includes regulation and control of influx of small arms and light weapons, and the need to intensify cooperation and intelligence sharing among member states. Increased interest in fight against women and drug trafficking, transnational organized crime, and cybersecurity initiatives. These are aimed at finding lasting solutions to the pervading threats. The cooperation and the collaboration of the member states in the fight against insurgency and terrorism has yielded positive results. For instance, the Multinational Joint Task Force, MNJTF, comprising troops of Benin, Cameroon, Chad, Niger, and Nigeria, operating in the Chad region against the Boko Haram insurgency in collaboration with the Nigerian Operation Lafia Dole forces have significantly degraded the Boko Haram insurgents, who are currently not controlling any aspects of land in the region, and their activities are now limited to suicide bombs attack on soft targets. A similar feat has also been achieved by the G5 Sahel Joint Force, formed by troops from Burkina Faso, Chad, Mali, Mauritania, and Niger, in their operation against Islamic states, linked terrorists along their shared borders in order to ensure normalcy in the territory of member states. Distinguished delegates, it is therefore pertinent to mention at this juncture that the tactical and operational successes attained cannot be consolidated without development of social, economic areas of human endeavors that will positively